Doing some lawn mowing sim. I'm in a maid dress. What more could you want? What more could you want? Now, I won't claim to actually remember what I was doing last time, but there is an upgrade button I've just noticed, and I do have enough money. What did I upgrade? I'll take 7 days? Allow for 1 extra bay. That sounds really unnecessary, but how long is 7 days? Is that 7 missions? Because I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna regret doing it. But yeah, for now, like, we know what we're doing. I mean, thank you for the raid of 1. I appreciate it, Secker. We're just doing mowing. There aren't many. We've got, I mean, 2 different ones of varying complexity. And then, you know, that one's apparently simple. Let's just do this one to start. More of the grass bag. Oh no, I've got the grass sorted, don't you worry. I am perfectly fine. My mower has a mulching attachment, so I only need to clean stuff up if it's not in the grass. It's lovely. But yeah, we should only apparently need 20 minutes-ish to do this. So let's go. Let's make a start. Mulcher isn't that good. Yeah, well, I'm not a grass mowing person. It's fine. Also, imagine mowing grass at a dinosaur safari kind of thing. Like, why do we have DLC for the game? I did not expect there to be DLC. I really didn't. I'm glad there is, but I'm still surprised. Also, I need to make sure I don't cover any of the very few UI elements up with the webcam, so I'll maybe adjust that once we get in. Yeah, dinosaur DLC. What more could you want? I don't know what other DLC there are. Like, I'd imagine there's not many. See there maybe being like a golf course one where you need to cut certain parts a lot lower of a height. And it's raining. That's not a shame. Yeah, immediately not covering anything up. We're just doing the ground check though, so that's fine. Walk up to things, press F. See, I know what I'm doing. I can cut grass. I swear I've done this one already before, but I can do it again. I am a competent grass cutting man. Look at me go, speedrunning the ground check. What more could you want? Get onto the mower. And, okay, I'm covering up some things. Not a lot, but some elements. So give me a second, I will move the webcam. Probably just top left. Look to be okay. I think top left was okay. So let me just position it there. Does that look... That looks like a decent position, right? Let's just hope it is. Let's hope it is. I don't think I'll be covering anything. Right? If I resume. Yeah, you should be able to see everything now. So yeah, hold Z, start the engine. I and T to change your throttle. Of course. Very intuitive. Okay, what cutting height did they want? To remember, they do say they want between 5 and 6 centimeters. Okay. That's fine. So I would like cutting height to be 5.7. Seems good. Seems good. Yeah, now engage the blades. We want to be a little careful. We want to make sure we don't... I can't see because of the tree. We want to make sure we don't cut too many of their other flowers, if we can avoid it. Unless you particularly dislike this client, which, I mean, I don't think we do. It'd be a bit mean of us to just make a baseless kind of assumption that we don't like the client. They're my only client of today. At least so far. Yeah, I already did this map. I thought I'd do the lower difficulty one because I didn't entirely remember what I was doing, but I mean, we definitely have done this in the past. I'm assuming this is not going to take too long though, now that I actually know what I'm doing. So remember the first time we did this, it took me quite a while. Like, it took me maybe, I don't know, would you say, I bench, like an hour? I think, maybe? I don't entirely remember. It took a while though, the first time. Definitely did take a while. Yeah, I'm going around not massively careful at the moment. Largely because I want to be quick, because I think it's speed bonus, don't I? I also don't want to just accidentally ruin their garden, but if I claim it was an accident, they won't do anything to me, right? But yeah, let's just keep on going. We're fine. We're less fine when I'm not actually cutting all the grass I need to be, though. Let me back up quickly. I'm cutting that grass down, right? So I want to make sure I'm not doing too much at once, because I remember the engine does kind of care about that. So I should be fine. It should be fine. Let's get us all on the careful side, line my guy's head up with bits I have cut. I think that was what I ended up doing last time, and it seemed to about work out. So we need to be careful on the corners, which is thing. Manage. This is all good. All good. Look at this grass. We're already like 13% done. That's lovely. We're not even doing all that bad of a job. But yeah, there's some long bits we need to kind of go back over later, and there's definitely these, you know, areas off to my left here, which I don't entirely know. Am I supposed to go at that with the lawnmower? It feels like I'm not supposed to go into those with the lawnmower. It feels like that is something I do with a little strimmer at the end. For now though, this is going well. This is going very well. I'm definitely getting penalties for leaving some grass up on the sides of points, but they can easily tidy that later. It's not a big concern. Largely because I'm here to cut grass, not to tidy it. Like, we need to hire someone else for that. It does annoy me though that you need to worry about over-stressing your lawnmower. Like, that just, it seems like an annoying thing to have added in. When I've only got 2 speeds, it means I've got to kind of start and stop a lot. And it just doesn't feel great, I won't lie. But at the same time, I don't care, I'm cutting grass. It's all good. As long as I get money at the end of this, I'm happy. So that can pay for all the damages I do to my own lawnmower. Yeah. We're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. Just finding all the vaguely plant-related sector. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't actually know if there's many plant-related emotes. There's no grass. There has to be something. Like, I can make a very quick grass emote in MS Paint and put it in if you want. Would you like me to do that, Sekiro? I can add that to follower emotes just for this stream. Is that something we want? Because I'm not going to claim it would be a good emote. It would almost definitely be a bad one. But I could do it. I mean, sure, okay. After we get done with this mission, I will go into MS Paint. We'll make a grass emote. This is going to be interesting. Like, what kind of grass do you want? Do you want like a few strands of grass, or do you want just a green square? Like you're looking down on top of some grass? So I can do a green square. I am confident in my ability to do that. I'm not entirely confident of the rest of the stuff I can possibly do. That's fine. That's fine. I can figure out something. Just it seems like a weird, very situational note, which I'm entirely up for doing. It's warning me again about overloading my engine. It keeps doing that, as if I like care particularly about it. I don't. It's fine. Like, I'll try my best not to if it's particularly bad, but largely it just means I go into like staggered steps of the lawnmower, which I guess is fine. Not particularly great, but it's fine. Yeah, so far we've only taken 7 minutes, and I mean we're above 40%. We're getting there. We are getting this done. Be mildly careful as I go around. Yeah, especially this corner. This one you tend to come in quite tight with. I think we are largely okay, however. Yeah, just maybe back up slightly. Yeah, we are cutting in a perfectly fine kind of width from bed that we've already cut. It's all nice and neat. We'll get to this end bit here, and hopefully be about 50%. I reckon it'll be about 50%. Yeah, pretty close. Like, about 48. I'm happy with that. Need to keep on going around. We're getting to the point where I kinda don't care anymore about being neat. Because we've done this mission, we know what's going on. So need to be mildly careful about these plants, which I could definitely go over all of them and ruin them all, and likely cost myself money in the end. It's not going to be worth it, I shouldn't do that. That'd be a bad idea. Yeah, I won't hurt the roses, don't worry. I'm not some kind of lawn mowing based villain. It's all fine. Although if I was, I could make various jokes about cutting them down to size or something. And that would just infuriate everyone, and I would love to do it. I feel like last time I did this, I made another joke about like being a lawn mowing based villain or hero or something. I can't entirely remember, but I feel I did. It seems like an odd thing for me to do twice. I don't know. I want to say that I made that kind of joke. I really don't know off the top of my head. Like, I can't remember completely. I don't have an eidetic memory, I think you call it, or a photographic memory or something of that nature. Be careful here of the roses. They're giving me penalties. I'm leaving grass clippings inside the flower beds, which I feel if it's been mulched wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing to them. But still, I need to be careful. Clean it all up at the end, as long as I know where I need to go to clean. That's all fine. Yeah, I think we're going to have to just do this last kind of bit here in strips. So let me just kind of align myself. Yeah, it takes a while, but I can turn the camera around. There we go. Let's get some nice lawn mowing done here. Go over stuff in the striller in a second, or actually no. Can do. It takes a while to turn, but you could just, if I'm careful, go around this edge bit just now. Saves me coming back to it with the trimmer. I think that's sensible move. I've not cut any of the flowers. Just got to cut out lines in this. Which is eminently doable. It's eminently doable. And look at that go. This is more than the thing. It's not got the best turning circle, this lawnmower, I must say. But I'm getting stuff done. Like, I'm happy with this. I'd imagine stream's doing fine. I'm not getting any warnings. Well, that doesn't actually mean the stream's doing fine. I just hope it's do the whole lawn in reverse. I mean, I could. It wouldn't be particularly difficult to do, I think. But I mean, yeah, I could try and do that. Just go. Doing more of it in reverse. I need to turn the camera around again though, which is a pain, but I can do the rest of it in reverse. Not anything too hard. I think we missed some tall grass just there. Yeah, I think that's looking better now. It's back into this bit. Here we go. We're overloading more. That's simply because I'm not paying enough attention. Also, I think I do want to try and get this bit just here. It's really hard to line up doing it like this. Why do you want me to do it in reverse? Well, this is a pain. I'm putting an extra task in for myself. I don't need to be doing this. Okay, if I go around very, very carefully here, I can do this bit in reverse, right? Just need to carefully get the edges so I don't need to worry about running over any flowers in the future. Okay. Yeah, you want me to do it in reverse, so here we go. Doing it as much as I reasonably can in reverse. Which, I mean, I say reasonable. I don't think there's anything reasonable about this. I'm having fun though. Like, I'm fine to have a little extra imposed task on it. It takes a little bit to get used to doing it in reverse, but I'd imagine I definitely can. Be careful here. You don't want to murder the flowers if you can avoid it. Came quite close just there. I think it was fine. Yeah, no, I don't think the house owner would be the happiest, but as long as I get the job done, I mean, they don't have anything to complain about, do they? Right. I'm not cutting any of their flowers with my shenanigans going on. All I'm doing is leaving some grass clippings in their flower beds, which, again, I don't see as necessarily being all that bad of a thing. Like, that is being mulched. It's going to degrade quite easily. But that's essentially just fertilizing, right? Like, I don't know. There might be some difference, and that doesn't count as fertilizer. But I'd imagine it would after it degrades a bit. And yes, I know I'm doing this bit forwards, just I'm doing it while looking backwards, so it's fine. I'm gonna counter. It's just I'm not bothered enough to do a full 180-degree turn in reverse. Let's just cut out this section. We can get this bit done. I'm fed up of going into that corner. There we go. See? We're fine. I can do this bit in reverse again. I'm happy to do a turn there. Just because it's easily enough done. I just can't be bothered doing it at the very end. Especially when I'm already pretty much lined up to do what I have been trying to get done. And just get that little bit of grass. Lovely. Lovely stuff. line myself up. I will get used to going around in reverse eventually. Yeah, here we go. I don't think I'm in the best spot for these flowers. I'm a bit worried for we're well here. If I disengage my cutting, just get myself to a slightly more favourable position. There we go. Still not entirely trusting that I'm not going to hit the flowers, but I'm trying my best. I'm trying my damnedest. They're surviving. I've not cut a single one yet. Yeah, I think that's about as good as we are getting there. This bit we're not doing that little line in reverse, but I'll go into reverse again. Don't you worry, I'm not gonna cheat you out of what I promised. Honestly, if we're doing it in reverse, because you go slower and at a consistent pace, it's arguably better for the engine condition than doing it forwards, which strikes me as kind of odd that I'd have a benefit to doing this in reverse. But it does make sense that, like, in a way, it can help. Because yeah, if I go forwards like this, you'll see the engine bar down the lower right kinda gets high quickly. If I just reverse through, it's all perfectly good. Need to properly get my reversing done though, which isn't easy because I've got a really wide turning circle, as you'd imagine. But yeah, this is fine. Yeah, and like particularly long grass or something, definitely going in reverse could actually benefit me. As weird as it sounds, is it? Even going in reverse there seems to overload my engine, which not ideal, but it's fine. Like, it accumulates a lot slower when I'm doing it in reverse. So I reckon there are benefits. There are. Albeit small ones, but there are benefits. We're getting there. 85% done. Just need to carefully get this bit. Thinking I'm leaving just a strip of stuff because I'm too close to the centre. I'm hoping that's not the case because I'm too lazy to rectify what I'm doing. Okay, just make sure I've got this bit. I think I've left a small bit of long grass just there. Do I have like grass vision? I remember there was a button. I can't remember what the button was. Was it like Alt? Not Tab. Yeah, there's some kind of grass vision where you sense all the grass needing to be cut. Like, I don't know what else to call it. It's some kind of like grass related power. That would be how we got into the whole superhero topic before I mentioned, yeah. Okay. There is grass vision on one of the buttons. I don't know what it is. Control just resets my view, which, as nice as that is not what I want when I'm doing reverse mode. It's a very tricky thing to do, especially setting up the camera for it. Trained by order of assassins. I mean, I don't know who you're going to assassinate with a lawnmower, but honestly, that would be an impressive assassination. That sounds like something Agent 47 would do in Hitman, you know? I don't know how he'd do it, but he'd find a way. It'd be like leaving someone unconscious and going over them or something. I don't know. It'd be a very horrific way to go, I would imagine, however. Like that is as far from painless as you could probably get. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. Except maybe you, Sick, seeing as you do enjoy like lawnmowers that much. It'd be somewhat ironic as a death. I'd save irony and make it worth it. Not anything against you, I like irony a lot, you know? There's no clipping behind, and I guess that's to take advantage of tall grass. I guess. Like, maybe he just grows the grass in advance so that he can hide. Like, several months in advance. And then afterwards he comes back to cut it so no one ever knows he was there. Like, who knows? There's no real common sense to it, I wouldn't think. It's hard to say. Yeah, look at this. We're needing an extra, like, 3% until we have officially completed this. And we're more than on our way there. Let's get this little bit of tall grass there. And yeah, no, I'm going forwards. Don't shout at me. I'm still looking behind my guy towards. Yeah, I think I saw a small bit of long grass just there. I don't know if we actually reasonably get to that. I just back up like this. That's probably been done, I reckon. It's a tough call to make, But with only, like, I don't know how much percentage it wanted to complete, but only like a few percent remaining. We have more than got this. I just hope I'm not running around the garden again, finding the tiny spots I missed. But I can't remember if it was like 98.5 or if it was like 99% complete I needed. But I do know exactly where we need to go. Like, firstly, it looks like there's a little patch just there. There we go. Yeah, I know the last spot we want. And I don't entirely know if you can get it with a lawnmower. And I know I'm not doing it in reverse right now. I need to figure out where I'm going. Yeah, doing these ducks. This does not seem like a job for a lawnmower going into here, but so be it. I can try, damn it. I can try. Okay. We're almost 98%. Come on. We're almost there. Or 99%, sorry. We are 98. I think we're going to have to go over just the last of this with the trimmer. Because I don't entirely know where we need to go. But I don't think we can get into it with the lawnmower. So if I go up to here, press I, and then hold Q. That works, right? Fill the fuel, might as well. Pick up the strimmer. Yeah, now we just need to figure out what button is grass vision and also pick up the grass that we immediately see as well. Just because we need to be polite. We can't just leave them with extra grass that's been cut everywhere. It's going to be just a little bits around the edge, I would imagine, we need to get. Come on. We're 99%. Is that not complete enough? Invest in the mowing bag. I can't get it for this lawnmower. I need to buy an entire new lawnmower just to do that. It's not worth it. It really isn't. Like, as much as I would like to, I don't think I reasonably can. You know, is it like an extra 0.5% maybe I needed for this to count as actually finished? I hope not, because I can't remember the keybind for grass vision. How How do I sieve uncut grass? I'm not gonna get down on my hands and knees. Like, that's not happening. Okay, let's see. Controls. What do we want? Pro view. Hold down control. We missed a lot more than I thought we did. I thought we were doing a lovely job. You know, apparently we missed quite a bit. Like, I'm surprised. But, alright. Sure. We've got our grass vision. We can figure out what needs to be tidied. Apparently there's just like a huge chunk just here. So, Strimmer, doing your thing. It's like, I never claimed to be businessman's sake, but like, you can't accuse me of anything. Like, you're putting words in my mouth, claiming I am in any way a businessman. I can barely cut grass. Apparently, anyway. Like, I've got no business, like, actually running anything involving money. Okay, just trim that. Are there like any large pieces? This is what happened last time. I just had tiny little bits everywhere. And you can't spot them without the grass vision. Because, God, like, you can figure out where it is amongst the tall grass. Or amongst the cut grass, even. Because apparently bits just all around the edge. I just go around all of this. I'd imagine this will get me a good few percentages. Right. Be careful not to murder the flower. Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good. We're getting there. Just continue to cut. I don't even know what they're trying to cut anymore, but just continue trying. There's probably something around the edge. I know I've got grass vision, I can't be bothered keeping on pressing that button. Come on. Need like extra 0.2%. Yeah, there is stuff here apparently. Which I wouldn't have been able to tell we needed to cut without grass vision. It does annoy me that they're that determined, and I accidentally did not destroy a flower, I promise. It did not happen. I have no proof. It's fine. Serves me right for looking over to chat for a second though. I should not be reading chat when I'm doing a game this intense, you know? It's your fault for planting the flower too close to the grass, but nothing to do with me. Like, I had no part in what happened, and... Oh, we're done! We can leave! We're finished! We properly got rid of the target. There is no longer that one flower, and bam! Get a little bell noise as we look at our now cut grass. You know what this game needs though? Ray tracing. It's the only thing that would make it better, you know? Yeah, collisions charges me £3.25? Who cares that much? I didn't hit anything important, did I? I think I nudged a bench once. Can't believe it. £1 for a flower as well. But yeah, we did pretty well. We got ourselves extra £300. I'm proud of myself. Also unlocked a challenge? The hell's a challenge? Like, I know what it is in concept, but what actually does the challenge do? Like, is that just something in the campaign which gets me bonus? I don't know, but we can apply for a loan. I've just found out there's a thing here. You said I'm not a good businessman, right? I can get 2.5 grand. That's only profit, right? Yeah, no, I need to pay back an additional 1,000. That is horrific. I'm not getting any of these loans. Like, I may not care about the game, but I'm not doing that. Anyway, as I promised, we will make grass. Let me make sure I share the thing. Like, I don't charge anywhere near enough for what I do. I don't. Anyway, definitely game capture. That's what I'm doing. Why can't I capture MS Paint? Okay, no, I can. Okay. So, is this gonna work? It doesn't seem to want to capture MS Paint, and I don't know why. You doing okay? No? Okay, I'll change it back to capturing the lawn mowing sim for a second. Yeah, that's definitely working. We'll need to share the entire screen, is what I'll need. Alright? Why am I drawing a grass emote? Why is this a thing? I can't draw. Yeah, look, you can see my lovely canvas. Now, if we're going to be drawing an emote, first thing, it needs to be square, you know? So let's give ourselves a square to work in. That's just what you do. That's just sensible. Next, I mean, it's probably going to be, like, backgrounds need to be transparent, so it would be white. I don't know how I'd change it to have an alpha layer, unless I can do it in GIMP. Would GIMP work better? Potentially. I do enjoy the name GIMP. It's a fun name. Hello, Converix. Okay, do you know about off the top of your head what size an emote would want to be? Because I could just make like pixel art emotes. Right? Like that one I feel somewhat confident in being able to do. Screw it, yeah. Let's just do a 16-bit pixel art emote. It's gonna be lovely, I promise. Yeah. 112, 112, that works. That's pretty much what I've got here. We're in color erase mode. Bam. Fresh canvas to work with. Use a pencil, that is much too big. Make that size 1. Y is for opacity, we do not need opacity. Cool. Let's draw grass. So, first thing we need for grass. I think we want to have a little shadow around it. We want this to look nice. Alright? So, don't draw it straight bottom to top. We want to leave a bit of space to have a shadow or something. So, like, go up. Grass is kind of pointy, right? Like that. That looks a bit grass-like for a single blade of grass, maybe? I don't know, I'm not an artist, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But like, I feel definitely that does not want to go in that direction. We want it to go off to the side up here. Then maybe droop down a little. You need to have a little droop in your grass, you know? You can't have it fully erect. Yeah, maybe not going to phrase it that way, but just need to have grass. I'll be somewhat pointy, somewhat droopy as well at parts. That's what grass is. Like, I am a grass person, you know? I know this stuff. This is going to look god-awful, so I apologise in advance. But I reckon, without that little bit off to the side over there, that might look okay. So don't maybe go so far with the droopiness. Maybe we just do it up to that point. Like, I feel if that was one lower down, that would look fine. So if I just... I just select that. That was not how it works. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. I can just... Why does that have opacity? That's just a... I don't understand how painting works in this. Just Control Z. Control Z. It's fine. Just need to make some grass. There we go. A little bit of pointy grass up here. Doesn't need to be massively pointy, just a little bit. Nah, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all. Sure, that'll do for that strand. Just have a little bit going off over there. In fact, I could take some inspiration from like Stardew or something and make like a grass kind of like that maybe. But at the same time, no. That takes too much effort to find the reference image, so I won't. Like, look at this grass. Isn't this lovely? Like, if I got rid of that bit there, I just mash click. Mash click there too. I feel I could convince someone that that is grass, right? Like, it's not terrible. It's not good. It's not terrible. Grass colour. Do you have a preference for colour? Do you want it to be like really vibrant, Sekur? Seeing as you're the one who asked for this. Like, it could be really bright neon grass. Or I could make it actually kind of grass coloured, which I'd say would be around this. I'm gonna go with this for now, but let me know if you want me to change it. Cause that looks kinda grass-like, yeah? I'd say that works. Then go back over to the black. We want it to have some opacity now, because we're gonna add shading. You want it darker. How dark? Like, that kinda dark? Because I'm gonna add shading in anyway. Like, that's just for the latest parts. I'll look like that. Like, I'll be fine. It's not gonna be anything too bad. Yeah, just have it kinda like this, I reckon. Yeah, I'd say that's adequate grass, right? I don't know. I'm not, like, an artist. I've said this before. I'm not. I reckon that looks fine, though. Then we'd also want kind of... If I just go back to this for a second. We do not want any opacity for now. Let's place that down. Really high opacity. Want higher than that. Yeah, I'd say that works. If I'm thinking light comes in from up top right, we then want... do we have a colour picking tool? I think that's one, yeah? Yeah. We'd want, again, no opacity. Want kind of grassy shadow over that way, right? I don't know. Like, have shadow, yeah? I think that works. I think this works for a grass emote. I will not hear otherwise, because I'm proud of what I've done. It's not particularly great, but it works. Like that. For something I've made in maybe 5-10 minutes, that's perfectly good by me. Now if I do... Is it image? Then I cropped content. Then I can export as a PNG, right? I don't think I want it to go into documents, but I don't know where else it'll go. I think think in here I've got my Twitch stuff. It's not really wanting to go in there. Let me stick it on my university drive then. Export. We've got grass. I think this looks good. I don't think you can fault me in saying that this is grass. Right? Like, we're safe for me to say that. I'll send you back to looking at the game. We don't need paint open. I can close that. Then give me a moment, and I will add that in for you. And we will actually have another remote, which I will have made. Like, I'm proud of myself for that. It's hardly good. I'm proud of myself. I don't need a lot to be proud, you know? I don't. It needs to be square-shaped, apparently. Okay. I didn't make it properly square. So let me open GIMP again. I'll need a moment. I shouldn't have closed GIMP. I apologise for just you watching this menu screen for a moment. I'm trying to figure this out on the fly, pretty much. And I think I'm managing. New file. I'll need to make sure it is square shaped. If I hadn't cropped the content, that would have been fine. That would have been fine. I want color arrays. There we go. Give me just a moment. I should have this hopefully fixed and put onto the emotes. How do I crop it to be square? That would work. I think that's going to be fine. Image, crop to selection, export. Give me just a moment. Export as grass. Let's try this again. Hopefully this time it's not going to shout at me. Okay, it needs to be between 112 pixels and 4096. God, you can get up to really high resolution. I just need to scale this whole thing. Okay. Can do. It needs to be at least 112. That doesn't quite work. Okay, new plan. This is gonna work eventually. I swear. Let me just let you see what I'm doing again. Because this is gonna be really boring, you just watching the menu, right? You don't want to just have this really boring menu screen. There we go. This keeps falling down. That's annoying. That's fine. File new. It wants to be at least 112 by 100. Not 22. 112. Okay. Let's try this again. Color arrays. Is this gonna work? I need to add an alpha channel first. I know how to use GIMP for the most part. There we go. And get a quack. I love the sound alerts. I really do. You don't get enough of them. Okay, there we are. Scale this one to be 112. That looks awful. How do I scale this better? Is there a way to scale this better? I'd imagine there is, right? Let me think. How am I gonna do this? I mean, one thing I could do is just take a screenshot of it and say, yeah, that's good enough. That's not gonna work. The streamer had the honk command with that sound. That would be chaos if I gave you that much power. How do I scale this a bit sensibly? Quality none? There we go. There we go. That now looks like it should be fine. So send that out as grass. I figured this out. You don't need to see the rest of this. Back to the game. There you go. Come on, fingers crossed. It's done it. We've got grass. Upload. Bam. Follower only emote. You can use it. It's now usable. You can have grass in chat. What you've always dreamed of, Sekur. You happy now? I think that works quite well as grass. I think it could have been done better had I been given more time. But yeah, you are correct. That is beautiful. It's beautiful. Why is this one no complexity? I'm worried about these ones, because I don't know if we want an eco thing. Yeah, eco contract. So I don't actually have an eco more. So I can't do any of the ones with a little leaf on them. Meaning I have to do the really low complexity. Look at that field of grass. Isn't that lovely? That's what you've always wanted. I've got no idea who's all watching, by the way, but I don't know why we've got 9 people. Hello, all of you. I'm not used to having this many people around. Good shout. I do need to be drinking. Like, who are all you people? I know there's yourself, Sek, and there's Converix, but there's more people. And they're just watching in on me making a fool of myself, drawing some grass. And they're just not commenting on the fact. They don't get it. I should definitely make more emotes though, because doing that was surprisingly fun. I quite enjoy doing that grass really quickly. And I think it did turn out rather well. It's a Maid stream. Like, you're not going to convince me to do all my streams in a Maid outfit. I've got the, like, legging things on. Like, the knee high? Thigh high? Thigh highs. That's what they're called. I've got those on. No one's able to see them. They're just part of the outfit. And I'd feel bad not including it if I'm telling you I'm dressing up. You know? You're not going to see, because I'm not giving you the satisfaction of seeing my thighs. But just trust me. That's the thing. Also, how did I get more into this? The hell? Look, Sekur, those pictures are for OnlyFans, you know? The currently non-existent and likely never to be existent OnlyFans, but that's what you get those pictures on. You're not getting those just on demand, you know? Okay, start the engine though. Turn on throttle. Ah, hello! I'm assuming that is you, Blue. I'm glad you like the outfit. It's not a common occurrence, but it does happen. It does happen, and I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm confident enough in my own, like, sexuality that I'm not afraid to be dressed in a Maid outfit. I'm just having fun. Okay, let's be kinda careful here. That looks to be lined up. Let's cut. You're really getting a lot of use out of that new grass emote, aren't you? This is the weirdest way to see it again. I mean, fair enough, honestly. It's definitely one of the weirder ways to just come into a stream when you've not been by one before. So I'm not normally in this outfit. This is something that I do for charity streams as one of the charity goals and as point goals. I have this so we can contribute channel points towards a hat. Speaking of, there are more point goals if you want to put points in Sector. You should have got the ones for this one refunded. Simply because if I cancel it, it refunds points. Which, fair enough, I guess. I'm glad I do suit the outfit. It's a very good thing that I suit it. But I'm glad I don't look bad in it, you know? At least I'm not making a complete fool of myself. Yeah, just doing Lawnmower Sim in a Maid outfit. It's a very odd stream to come along to. I did mention it to you earlier. But, I mean, I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Like, I made a new emote in like all of maybe 5-10 minutes and it worked. I somehow did it. Didn't look too bad. Food on my clothes on the sofa. It's done. There's cats on top of it. That sounds ideal. Like, now you just have cats and you can smell nice food. You can't eat it, but you can smell it. That's all that matters. You don't need to eat. What you need is cats. Alright? You know this to be true. Don't lie to me. I'm not doing anything particularly methodical with this grass cutting. I have a feeling I'm going to regret not being more methodical later on. I think the grass is very short, meaning I don't need to worry about my engine condition deteriorating. I can just kind of speed on through. It's all perfectly fine. It's a Brazilian special dish. Well, sadly, that just means you get to miss out on that instead of cats. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Do you want me to tell you to abandon the cats who are currently cozying up on top of you? I couldn't tell you to do that. That's madness for me to even insinuate that as a possibility. I know you'd never do that to your cats. They're the ones who own the house, though. I mean, you're the one that owns it. They're the ones who control it, I guess. This is tricky to mow backwards here. I'm managing. Also, grass vision shows me I'm missing a little bit there. I can get the edges later. We don't need to do the edging until the end, you know? It's fine. Don't quote me. I know what I said, and I'll stand by it. Don't quote me. We're fine. Deployed flowers. I hope I don't get charged for colliding with their walls, because I'm not the one to put the walls in such silly places. That's on them if I'm colliding with it while trying to cut their grass. So I'm sure they're the ones to put the walls there, but I'm not the one to blame for colliding. You can't get between a man and his mower and grass, you know? It's just how it is. Just how it is. This is a weirdly calm game to play with. Like, there's a lot going on, a lot more than Power Wash Sim, but it's still quite a calming game. I do think Power Wash Sim is probably my favourite between the two of them. But I'm still enjoying this. I'm still enjoying it. Even if I may complain at times of there not really being a lot going on, like, I'm having enough fun. Like, I'm content to be doing this. I've been streaming for an hour. It doesn't feel like it. I'm just chilling, you know? It's a lovely way to spend a Sunday afternoon. The only thing I'm worried about though is this garden is a very odd shape, so I've likely missed just a ton of grass. I'll need to probably use grass vision to... Maybe I should not do that. That would not look like I've done a good job. I'll just ignore the grass items. That's fine. Also, disable the cutting blade for now as we get over to here. I really want to just cut up their flowers simply to annoy you, Sekiro. I won't. I'm going to do it properly. I'm really tempted. Really tempted. So I could just go straight forward into all of those flowers and you wouldn't be able to stop me. You wouldn't. I'm not going to do it to you because it would be very cruel. It's tempting nonetheless. You know? I'm definitely going to need my strimmer to get to that. I'll save that. I don't even know if there's grass needing to be cut up. I'd imagine this. I don't know. Looks like it needs cut. I've been fooled in the past. I have been fooled in the past. We'll just reverse. Here we go. We're doing perfectly. I'm having fun. I am. Like, there's not a lot to commentate on, which is why I'm glad there's people in chat for me to talk to. Because if I was doing this entirely on my own, I don't think I'd be having anywhere near as enjoyable a time. I don't think this is a game that playing just to relax in is a good idea. Because there is just too many little pieces to worry about. Again. Honestly, I love it. I'm tempted to like maybe make it a bit more polished. Like I'll work on it after the stream. Maybe just keep it around. You know? I don't know what entirely we'd have it for, but we'd have it. I mean, also it's a lot cheaper than me hiring someone to make it, which I have done with all the other ones, which I mean are a lot better quality. You cannot deny. Same time, pixel art and grass. It's a lovely little 16-bit sprite. Grass blowing over. No, is the simple answer to that segment. Yeah, I'm not doing only. I mean, I did get the game for free. So I could be tempted, depends on the price, for buying the DLC. I can't remember when I got the game. I know I got it for free in Epic quite a while back. But, I mean, Steam that was free, I'd be willing, with the amount of time I have put in, to buy a DLC. Ah, hey Sniff. Came from Maid outfit. Fair enough. I'm hoping you mean you just came to the stream for the Maid outfit, not anything else. I don't know how I'd feel about that if it was a more erotic nature, but it's fine. I'm sure that's not the case. It's all good. I'm curious though. Like, with everyone coming by, like, did you come, Sniff, because of the, like, stream notification for going live? Because I have recently been thinking of, like, making those actually say what I'm doing. Because it takes a little extra step of effort. It's not anything too hard, but it takes a little extra step. And, like, did you come because of that, or did you come because of the stream title? Because I'm not entirely sure if, like, changing the going live notification actually does anything, like, in terms of getting people to come by. It's got quite a sporadic, scattered viewer base, I feel. I don't think there's, like, one particular thing I'm known for doing. I'll just do any old nonsense. So I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious if it was due to the like text in the notification or the stream title or what, because I'm not bothered enough to research it myself, quite honestly. Although to be fair, I could just look it up online, couldn't I? And I would probably do it and tell me if that does help with viewership stuff. Trisha, so there's one thing we can all agree on. I don't entirely know what it is we're all agreeing on, but I'm glad we're agreeing on something. I don't remember what I was talking about. I don't know if I ever will. I don't know if I ever want to as well, but who knows. It might just be me not wanting to remember what I'm on about, because I do get on about some weird stuff at times. I really do. Ah yes, we had these bits. That'd be the parts I need to get trimmed, not the other places. It's fine, I can most certainly trim this. Honestly, not a lot to do in this garden. You stop responding when you die from starvation? Fair enough, fair enough. Turn notifications off, follow to 60 streamers. Ah, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, you can turn notifications off on a streamer by streamer basis. Like, if there are some you do want the notifications for, that is a thing. So, I mean, I'm not going to tell you that you should have my notifications on, I just want you to be aware that, like, you can, like, have certain streamers you follow who don't notify you of anything. I've got quite a few of those, just because I like going to follow people who I raid, and people who raid me, I try and follow them back. Just so I have people there who I can, like, raid again in the future and stuff like that. Because it's not something I want to get notifications for, but it's something I want to be aware of from time to time. Is there any more to do here? Yeah, there is. One thing about this game I don't think I particularly like is the fact it wants you to get to 99.5% of all grass having been cut. And that's quite a high amount. Like in the Power Wash Simulator, that's like a reasonably high amount, but per individual part in the level, so you know where you're working on. You can actually find parts to clean. And this is just the entire garden. There's not like segments or anything. So you won't know that you have to clean back of garden bit here or front of garden over there. It's not a thing you ever get told about, which does kind of make it hard. I have low standards. Well, bold of you to assume I have standards set here. Can't believe it. See me in this maid outfit and think I have standards. The thing is, once I get to 99.5%, it doesn't actually let me do any more, because it just finishes it for me, I'm pretty sure. We're about done. We're getting there. What do I actually need to cut still? Little bits in here? Did I definitely get all the little bits there? There's some pieces in the bush. Is all of that done? Yeah. Ah, bits along the wall. Yeah, that would definitely be parts I've missed. That should hopefully get me all the way up to top if I just do that. Thanks, no, I can still clean more. Or not clean, cut more. Even after I'm finished. That's nice. Yeah, do we need to quickly check we haven't left any grass clippings in the flower beds, because they don't like it when I do that. Yeah, there's possibly some amongst here. Do pick up that, just make sure I don't get shouted at. I appreciate the game not penalising me if I can avoid it. Yeah, imagine having standards. We don't need standards. You've come to watch me the Maid outfit. that's all we need to know. Oh, the Emity's doing brilliantly. We've had lovely weather lately in Scotland. Like, I would show you, but I can't bother moving a webcam. We just had, like, really warm weather. It's not quite been a heat wave, but it's been warm enough. It's been sunny. It's been lovely. It's been really nice having that after I've been done with my university deadlines. So means I can actually get out and do stuff. Like, it's great. It really is. But how about you, though? I hope all of you in the chat are doing well. Yeah, like, it's hopefully not anything too bad with any of you. Like, with me, I'm doing fine, but God, it is too warm a lot of the time. Like, quite honestly, even in this, like, dress, I'm too warm. I do not enjoy warm temperatures. Now, Scotland, it has 3 seasons. It rains for a week. It's just overcast and a bit cold. And then it's really sunny and warm for no good reason. But the sunny and warm bit does not last long. It does not. Look, we're ranking up. I am now credible rank 1. For whatever that means. Does that let me get the better loan? No, that requires credible rank 2. I don't know what this means. Is this... I'm assuming credible turns into established, then trusted, right? I don't know how this works. I don't. Yeah, can I buy a new lawnmower anytime soon? So I actually have a decent amount of money. Never mind, these are really expensive. Never mind, we're not doing that. Can't do any of the eco ones. We don't have an eco mower. So, guess we're doing litter collection. Isn't that fun? Who would have thought lawn mowing sim lets you pick up litter? Storing last night. Gardens water, chores done. Fair enough, yeah. I mean, whereabouts do you live? I'm assuming if you're on about having storms and needing to water stuff, I guess America? Just from like time zones and stuff, I doubt you're going to be from Europe. Could be wrong though. I could definitely be wrong. Canada. Ah, fair enough. I've had quite a few people come by streams from Canada. They've all seemed really nice. Except from you, of course. I mean, you're a horrible person. Yeah. No. That's fine. I'm speaking nonsense. Just ignore me. Yeah, Canada's lovely. I think at some point I would like to travel to Canada and just have like a look, because there's a lot of like nature stuff which I'd imagine is quite different to here in Scotland. Like, Scotland's definitely nice in its own way. We have a lot of kind of foresty stuff, we have nice hills and highlands. But I feel it's all very different over in like America and Canada with the type of nature, if that kind of makes sense. I don't know if it does at all. Don't go to Canada. What, are you gonna like warn me of the fact there's French people there? No, you're not. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, do what you want. But, I mean, yeah, we do speak French in parts of Canada. Now, you might want to avoid, like, Quebec and some other places I hear it's particularly bad there. At the same time, it does, if they're speaking French, give you a good warning that there might be French people there, rather than like going somewhere else and just accidentally stumbling into French people. You can at least mentally prepare yourself, you know? It could be worse. Okay, got a bunch more litter to grab. I think the areas I've been over have properly been cleaned. Like, I don't know who leaves an entire... Is that a wine bottle? Or just a some kind of like soft drink bottle, I think, but it has a really slim middle, which confuses me. I don't know any bottles that are that kind of slim towards the middle of the shape. It just seems like it'd be uncomfortable to hold. But, oh well. It's not me to question, like, anything, really. So I'm not going to question it. It's all good. We don't need to think of ergonomics in the lawn mowing sim game when picking up rubbish. That's definitely not an important thing to question. What is important is the fact that we only have 3 bits of rubbish left. I can see one of them here. We're about done. I'm just worried I've missed something somewhere. Got 1 bit here. Where's this last bit of rubbish? Is this it? That's it. Lovely. Return to van. Bam. It's nice and quick. In Western half of Canada, no one speaks French unless you're a government employee. So, you should be safe in the West. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, look at that. Like, £54 almost. Just for picking up some rubbish. Imagine being paid like an extra 13 odd quid just to be quick at picking up the rubbish. That's not how it works. I'm glad it is in this game. Yeah, we're still upgrading our HQ, so we'll hopefully be able to get a lawnmower soon. That is eco-friendly, so we can actually do some of the more exciting jobs. So I'm worried, but for now, we're gonna get soft locks, aren't we? Yeah, I did not actually expect that to happen right this second, but that is actually what's happened. It needs to be an eco mower. Why do they care? I don't understand. Like, they just want their grass cut. I don't know why they're so picky. It doesn't strike me as something they need to care about, but apparently so. Can I just do it entirely with a trimmer? No. Well, that's the stream. We can't cut anything more. That's a shame. We legitimately can't cut anything. What do we do now? Because I genuinely cannot do anything in the game. I guess I could get a loan? The thing is, it involves selling this lawnmower. If I empty the grass collection, it doesn't have a grass collection. I don't know how that works. Quickly do some repairs. Doesn't actually get the value up, so don't bother. We need to sell it. Cannot sell my only vehicle. Okay, I can exchange it. Not for an eco mower. First eco one seems to be there. Okay. So how much do we need more? Quite a lot. I don't know if that loan is going to be quite enough. So that loan was £2,500, wasn't it? Can I get multiple loans? Because that doesn't get me enough. The game is legitimately soft locked. And yeah, cut down tree trunks, cover the lawn with them. I mean, if there is no lawn, they can't prove me wrong, right? It's fine. I get rid of any future problems. The game is legitimately soft locked though, because I do not have an eco more. How do I lose at lawn mowing? You're right. That's it's a difficult thing to do, I would imagine. Can I like skip the day, refresh thing? I can hire people. Don't know why I would. Like one of them is cheaper though. Refuses to listen to any popular music and drinks too many energy drinks. Interesting employee. That doesn't help my fact of being soft locked out of lawn mowing. How? Is this a thing that you can do in a lawn mowing game? I'm amazed. If I run advertisements, that gets me RP. That doesn't help. Can I not just skip the day? I'm worried here. I don't know if I can do anything. I just need to start a new campaign. If only I hadn't upgraded my HQ so I'd get space for a like eco more, I would have been fine. So at the very start of the stream I spent, was it like $1.5 grand? $2 grand? An e-girl simulator. I mean, you don't give Sekiro ideas like that. He will find it and harass me into playing it. If I run advertisements, does that take a day? Or does that last a day? Because if it takes a day, and it means I then get new contracts tomorrow, that's all good. That's not what's happened. I can get more than one loan. I guess I have to then. I'm gonna go bankrupt from this. Like, I'm not really caring about the game, but I like the idea of not going bankrupt in order to play the game. But yeah, at this point, it comes with a bagging kit and a mulch kit. This one has a mulch plug, so we'd want the one which has bags, right? I could have gotten away with one loan. God damn it. Okay, so the cost it told me was not the cost excluding my current vehicle. So I could have just gotten the one loan, I would have been fine. It's all good, don't worry. I'm not annoyed. Buy a battery upgrade, I might as well make this good. Do we want a mulch plug? Does that matter anymore? I don't know. But I've bought things. And yeah, I can only have one of these. Which one's the upgraded version? Like, I have a feeling the bagging kit is on there. It's a big chunky lad, but he's got a bagging kit. I think that's the upgrade being put in there. They look identical. I'm just assuming because it says one owned, one available. If it's 0 available, it means it's installed, right? It makes sense to me. Okay, we do not want to exit career mode. Sorry, no, we do not want to do that. We instead would like to use our new mower. Apparently my deck's too big. Never been an issue I've had before, but it's telling me I can't, so I guess I can't. What a shame. Do this one. so it should be fine. It's not complaining about me having too large of a deck, so we're fine. Let's start. And yes, I'm aware of innuendo, hence me making it. But yeah, this is fine. We're managing. I'm in the maid outfit. We're having fun, right? What a pretentious looking garden. Needy streamer overload and hot tub simulator. Okay, give me a second. Let me go to Steam. I'm assuming we're on Steam, right? Of course it's a thing. Needy streamer. Christ, that is loud. I've seen that game. That is... If you've not seen the game, I won't spoil it, but it might not be what you're thinking it is. It might not. And then the hot tub simulator? I mean, it's £1.69. Okay. I don't know if I would. Yeah, no, I think we'll pass. Let's get back to mowing the lawn. That's what we're here for. We don't need to look at hot tub streaming or anything. It's fine. First, ground check. Oh, look at that popping for the grass. If I just stand far enough away, the grass has been cut. How wonderful. Not built the garden big enough to see that before, I don't think. Can I increase the graphical quality? Video settings. I mean, farthest. That does it, right? Yeah, look at all that grass. You can even see it over in the distance. Isn't that lovely? The game's still running fine. I think the stream's running fine. Let me quickly check performance-wise. Seem to be dropping slightly. If I go into performance mode, well, that should be fine. Yeah. Is that fine now? Stream preview looks to be okay. Tell me if that's a bit choppy, and I'll fix it. That should hopefully be okay. 4K grass. I mean, yeah, there's probably around 4,000 grass in there. You're right. I'm not counting, but I'd imagine you're about correct in that estimate. Also, I get a feeling it's not just this section we're doing, is it? So I'm not seeing another 3 objects. Does it also want me to do that bit over there? No, it doesn't. But God, look at that car. I don't like this garden. Can I purposefully run over his flowers? Or am I going to be shouted at for doing that? Because I'm tempted. This guy has made me take on potential debts. Just for this, you know? I don't enjoy getting loans. Where are the last objects? I don't even know if there are objects left. There's apparently just rocks. He's got no rocks in his garden. Where the hell do they come from? I think I see the last one. There we go. Well, on to a big lad. Start the engine. It just beeps. That is so much less exciting. I don't like the eco mower. I prefer the one with an actual engine. Okay, It wasn't escape, or was it? It was escape. Cut height 5 to 6. So he gets 6 centimeters. Best that I can. Gauge bolts. This thing does not sound anywhere near as satisfying. But it does have a bag attachment that you had wanted separate. However, because of the bag attachment, I can't actually get in close to the wall. So that's a little bit of a pain. Also, trying to get into the grass just here. It does kind of pivot as well, which I guess is nice, but it turns very differently to the last one. This is a huge difference. I mean, off I go. It seems to be working. It's mildly crashing against this fence. I kind of miss how clunky the old one was. This one, I don't enjoy it as much. I really don't. I'm enjoying just crashing against everything this man owns, however. Now that part is enjoyable. Ah, liberals. Yeah, ruined lawn mowing. How dare they? Back in my day, lawn mowing was a man's job. Not for one of these people who goes to Starbucks and drinks coffee, you know? Can't believe it. Back in my day, there was only one gender, I'll have you know, and it was mine. No one else was allowed it. That's how gender works. It's only my gender. No one else has one. Honestly though, I'd imagine if that was a possibility, that would happen. I'll look at the Discord. Give me a second, I'll have a look at it in a moment. Let me see what you posted. It's a proper video. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Okay, back to the game. Why is everyone left? We're into 4 viewers. Clearly it's this lawnmower just being less exciting. Or the idea that I took on debt to do the lawnmower. It's one of those two things scared people off. I don't know which it is, but it worries me. That was the case. Well, this lawnmower is so much less fun sounding though. You don't get the nice meaty chugging of the engine. It's like the main selling point of lawnmowers, seems to me. Without all the petrol fumes, what is there left? Also, I'm just going to go in a straight line from here, mostly. So I'm not doing the entire garden in circuits, I'm sectioning off areas. Like, screw not doing this in just sections. So without the lawnmower set up, it can pivot on the spot. Doing it on sections is just sensible. And we don't have the room buzz for lawnmower. Because we wouldn't be able to actually collect any of the stuff. I mean, we just end up with grass tangling up for wheels, I imagine, and grass clippings. So it would be feasible to get them to cut some grass, but I don't think on a large scale it would work. Imagine though, if you got a large enough thing, then you could probably automate a lot. Like, I'd imagine that's something people have prototyped and just didn't really have any demand for in the market. So it seems like a weird thing for people not to have tried. It's done rather well. I'm getting the feel for how this mower works. Still annoyed at the liberals for ruining my lawnmower. just keep on going around in circuits. This one patch is going to be perfect. Just you wait. I do also like the kind of ambient bird noises though. And that's definitely one of the things I have a soft spot for in games, just ambient sounds. Like bird noises are definitely up there with the probably favourite ones I like. Ones I don't like are like insect scuttling noises. I mentioned this before in streams, but I really do not like insect scuttling noises. Because they're made to be creepy. Actual insects don't make that sound. I refuse to believe they do. Like, it's just unsettling noises that are made to be unsettling. I believe that should be this section then. Yeah, that looks to be fine. We'll need to go over the edges later, because again, it's kinda hard to go near the walls. That's why I prefer not having walls, you know? We should just demolish this guy's house with our lawnmower. And that would make the lawn mowing so much easier. Without any obstacles in the way, who's to stop them? I guess a tree could stop them. I think that's this section done. Looks to be pretty much spotless. However, if I quickly hold Z. Oh. Get off the mower? Oh, apparently that was me getting off. How do I empty the grass cuttings? I don't know, but we have a meter telling me how full they were, and they're, like, definitely getting on the way to being full. Also, what? Height again? Yeah, it was right in changing the height back. It would reset itself. So the thing is that paying Scottish Femboy to do it is still more cost effective. I mean, yeah, probably. Am I actually being paid anything? I don't know if I am. I think I might have just broken into this guy's house to cut the grass. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm able to just go through each of these rows. Like, I do think this new mower is better than I want to give it credit for. Because it will just cut stuff nice and clean. It's got a wide area that it cuts. It does a good job. It does. You can't deny it, but I want to because it's not as meaty sounding as my other lawnmower. Let's just clean up this section that I cut off. We can get this tree quickly. One other thing about this lawnmower that I'm not very fond of is it's really slow at reversing. So it means that feasibly I can't do the reverse mowing of an entire lawn. Which is a shame, because that's definitely one of the selling points of the game, being able to reverse, you know? This is fine. The new mower, it's getting a nice test run. It's doing the job. I don't know why they particularly care about it being an equal one. I guess it's like being upset about restaurants and like catering services if they serve any meat. Like it makes some sense if you're vegetarian, but Still seems like an odd choice to make if you're not going to be eating there. But, oh well. Weird analogy for me to make, I think. It's just... it's a lawn. It's going to be cut at the end of the day. What are they worrying about if eco or not eco? I need to be able to empty my bag in a second. I don't know how I do. So I'm just going to finish cleaning this bit and go back to the truck and see if I can empty it there. Because little, like, bag symbol is getting very full and flashing red as if it's about to break or burst or something. Ah, and thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, bro. I'm glad that you enjoy it enough for me cutting grass that made it, that you thought you'd follow. Because, honestly, this is a very surreal experience to watch, I would imagine. Yes, grass emote. I'm honestly proud of that emote for something I made in just a few minutes. That looks good. Like that. It looks similar to grass. Like it's hardly flawless, but if you showed someone and asked them to guess, they'd likely think it was grass, right? Like there's a good chance they would. Just keep turning around. You get most of this bit. Yeah, I've missed one little spot up here apparently, so I'll quickly go get that. Yeah, now we need to go empty our bag. I don't know how you do that. I'm assuming you go up to these? Reverse towards it. Hold F. Okay. That's that. Brilliant. And oh no, you're putting points towards the shark Sunday. I mean, I can show you some of the shark. I've got it up on my, like, shelf up there. If I just adjust the camera slightly, quickly, should be able to see that up in the shelf. Maybe slightly higher. Like, you've got the hat piece up there. I think I've only worn the outfit once. I do have a wig to go with it, but I refuse to wear the wig because it was such a pain last time. It was not fun to wear in any capacity. It just got in the way. It was a pain to put on. I'm not doing it again. Oh yeah, the outfit was your idea. I thought when people asked for the shark outfit, you meant like the... what was it, Super Bowl shark or something? I can't quite remember. But yeah, no, Sekor is one who suggested the idea of the Guargura VTuber shark. So yeah, I've just got that as an outfit. It's a good outfit though, man. Like, it's a properly decent one. Baby shark in the background. I don't know if you'd get copyright struck for that. I'd imagine you would, though sadly I'd be unable. But I can probably find some kind of copyright-free Kevin MacLeod music, you know? There's bound to be something that works. I think it would make my own... I don't know how talented you think I am, but I am not talented enough to make my own music. I may be able to make somewhat passable emotes on my own, but that's a lot less good. You all sing... I mean, you could put the, like, lyrics in the chat and just see if you can cohesively get multiple people to put it together. I don't know how well that would work out though, because I know one thing about Twitch chat. Most of the time, competent is not a word I would use to describe it. I wouldn't go as far as saying incompetent, it's just... competent is a bit of a stretch. Like, we're most of the way there, a lot of the time. Just not, maybe not all the way. Like a few sandwiches short of a picnic or any other similar expression. This is going really well. I'm enjoying it. Like this more, I seem to be cutting more effectively with as I go through, because you can see the edges of the blades as I'm going. So it is wider than my previous mower, which certainly helps. Also seems to be able to cut more grass before I need to like start worrying about the blade condition or engine condition, that's it, not blade, from cutting too much grass at once. That's also a big positive there. This one's definitely faster than the other. I mean, with the other one I was going in reverse a lot of the time to do the cutting, so you can't entirely discount that fact. Like, there is going to be some bias there, just because of my shenanigans. I do very much enjoy, however, the fact I can just pivot. It's very nice. But yeah, I can pay off the loans. I think they take $700 a week between them. So, not dollars, it's in pounds, isn't it? This is a British mowing game. Sorry, I'm too used to games being not British. But yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I think with this one job, I'll make most of that, like, debt repayment. I don't know if I can pay it back early to avoid some interest, but seeing as the game's able to soft lock you if you don't get a loan, I doubt they've planned in a way for you to pay back your debts early. It'd be nice if they had, though. I won't deny it would be nice. I think tiny little patch of there, then yeah, largely we're done. Let's have a apparently tiny bit there. There we go. Next bit to section off. I'm gonna say this side of the fountain, or it's not a fountain, it's just kind of a stagnant pond of water. I don't know what you'd call it, but it's not particularly great, and I don't know why you'd want it. It'd just be a real pain to clean, is the only thing I can think of. Oh well. Yeah, doing perfectly well. Just continue going along it in lines. Because if there's one thing, as a Scotsman, I'm good at, it's doing lines. We are known for our drug debts, you know? Sadly, that is a thing. That is a thing. It's not because we necessarily do a lot of drugs, it's just we do a lot of bad quality drugs. But that's fine. That's fine. I don't do any, so you don't need to worry about that. Most I do is a lot of cow pop, you know? 'Cause that tastes good. It's just delicious. It's some real gourmet stuff. I do not just drink Calpot, I'm joking by the way. I only take it in small amounts, you know? Only small amounts, like a shot at a time. Better for you than alcohol, I'd imagine. Although I wouldn't quote me on that. I think we left a tiny patch over there. Yeah, I can see the patch over there. We're doing well with this. I am enjoying this more. It's a good one. It's not as fun and like meaty sounding. I don't know if meaty is the right way to put it. It's not as industrial sounding as the other one. But I mean, it is a good mower. I won't deny that fact. Just because I have prejudice doesn't mean I can't acknowledge the pros of this one over the other. That all hell kind of ruined what I was up to. It ruined my nice line. I've left a tiny little patch of grass there. Right, next thing to do, well, trim up to this bush. We don't need to actually get around the bush just yet. It's just because I'd rather be able to go in a straight line than have to walk. It's a real simulator without fear of going bankrupt. Look, I'd imagine I can still have that fear if I win. Don't worry. Like, I'm willing to accept the fact that I can go bankrupt at any point. Without a simulator or with a simulator, you know? I can make bad enough financial decisions on my own. Yeah, this tree is going to annoy me. Let's just go around it for now. Just trying to line up our blades correctly there. There we go. Doing fine, I just need to get up the side of this tree. And there we go. That's all the annoying parts of this section dealt with. I now just want to go in a straight line. I didn't like leave any little bits off to the side of it, right? I left a tiny patch and go over that at the end of the strip. That's fine. Okay, we are doing fine. Just go line by line. It's all good. Annoyingly, we've got hills to deal with because this guy likes having an uneven garden. I don't know why it makes it a little less easy to stroll around, but he's artsy. He's got a really stupid looking statue. I won't question it. As long as he pays well, I'm happy. Look at this garden, it's looking lovely. We are getting there. Bit by bit, we are getting it done. Bag's getting quite full, so I'll like to go empty after I do this one patch here. So we won't have enough to finish a garden. But yeah, this more. I am liking it. Like, it's growing on me. I still don't like the fact when it starts it just beeps at you. But, I mean, I can deal with a few things, you know? It doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, now my bag's warning me. That's fine. Don't expect that. It's nothing out of the ordinary. We're all good. Yes, it's lovely. Did we miss any patches? Got a little bit there, I think. I can see what looks like a shadow there. I don't know if that means we have any. And oh, we apparently just missed off a little line. Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. I'm letting you all down. I apologise. But I am, apparently. I've been missing just the tiniest spots as I've been going around. Who could I? I thought I was doing so well. Keep the blades down as I go over this way. Make sure I get that bit of grass. I've heard tiny bits around the place. Like, I'll get to most of it with the strimmer, but it still annoys me. Need to disengage the blades. Turn around. Back up. Hold F. There we go. Back we go. Into the lawn once again. Oh, it's taking a while, isn't it? We've been here like 25 minutes. It doesn't feel like it's been 25 minutes though, which means I must be enjoying it to some extent. Like, it's bizarre. It's a very kind of methodical game, but you get to come up with your own method to it. That's nice. That is nice. Need to make sure grass gets cut. I'm going to be more careful now, rather than trying to be as efficient as possible. I'm going to make sure I don't have bits to do over again in the future. Meaning I'll try and kind of line my guy up to be about on the edge of where I think I can cut, but then go slightly over. Because I don't want to be leaving little patches around again. I want to just get this done. Oh look, it's going lovely. It really is. New camera is doing fine by the way, right? Because I didn't get to check much camera-wise. Like, of my last stream. I did have a quick look and it seemed to be fine. But I'm just hoping that it is working and that there's not like any frame drops with it. Because I can't really pay attention during the stream, stuff like that. But I mean, if you do notice anything, let me know. I wouldn't think there'd be any issues. But, I mean, there might be. There might be. To bring this up quickly. That's about as good as I can do. I maybe need to go over the edge of that again in a second. Just with the strimmer. It's fine for now. It's fine for now. Over. It's perfectly good. I'm just methodically getting through it. And it's nice to have that kind of method to it, you know? Power Wash Sim, you'll just have some method, and then give it up after a point, because you've got bits of this. It's nice to just not so much have that concern in this. Ah, hello. Good to see you, Equestria. Hope you're doing well. I'm just in the maid outfit, doing mowing. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. It's a bit of an odd stream to drop in on, but I mean, people seem to enjoy it. I'm enjoying myself as well. And yeah, it has been a bit. Like, I just hadn't streamed in quite a while. Simply because, I mean, I've been busy with university work. I've finally gotten to it. I've finally got into streaming again, and I've got all the summer pretty much to be doing this. I'm still planning out what I'm going to do with my summer, but one of the things I'm considering doing, I don't know if I will, but it's like trying to like edit down streams, because I've always wanted to try doing like some basic video editing stuff. Then I guess I'd upload that to a different YouTube channel to the VODs. Because, I mean, I think that could be fun to do for the summer. It's the last summer I've got before I'll properly be away for the job. I'm prepping for con. Ah, cool. Which convention are you going to? Because if I had to guess, like, it's probably going to involve travelling to get to it. It's usually unlikely to have a convention actually nearby to you. But if you have got one, that's always nice. I think we have one here, it's called Decon. You'll be able to find my city quite easily if you search it. But yeah, it's pretty much right on my doorstep, run by the other university in my city that I'm in. And it's really nice just having it on my doorstep. It means I don't have to actually bother like taking any cosplay stuff if I do cosplay, which I've only done once. But I mean, I did quite enjoy it when I did it, so I'll probably do it again. That means I don't need to like bother carrying that in a separate bag, worrying about where I'm going to go to get changed or anything. It's nice. It's nice to be able to just have an outfit and just go in it. It's also nice having a couple of kids on the way back from it complimenting my outfit, as well as one mother escorting her kid or kids to the other side of the street. It was an interesting time. I had fun. Yeah, I'm mostly doing well in grass cutting. Traveling all the way to Washington. I mean, I've got no idea where you are, like, from, exactly, but, I mean, Washington's pretty much at the edge, isn't it? So it's, yeah, probably quite a bit of travel, I'd imagine. Although, with Americans, like, travel isn't as bad, because you've got a lot more, kind of, straight highways, or motorways, or whatever you call them in America. So, it could definitely be a lot worse. From town, Astoria. Ah, okay. That's a long way to go then, yeah. Yeah, that's going to involve quite a bit of planning. I mean, is it a multiple day long convention, or like, is it just kind of going around, you're gonna chill out, do touristy stuff for a while, with one of those touristy things being going to the convention? Because I've never travelled particularly far to the convention. I've not been to any outside of Scotland. It's 3 days long. Ah, cool. That should hopefully be good for it. I do hope you enjoy it once you're there. I mean, I think none of the conventions I've been to have been multiple days long. It's just been ones in Scotland. From those bigger pony cons. Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I can't claim to know much about them, but I do hope you enjoy it. I do hope you enjoy it. I like how Sekiro is just confused and concerned. As if he wasn't aware of the fact that Equestria is the, like, My Little Pony place. Poor guy. Poor Sekiro. I mean, personally, I don't entirely understand it. From what I understand, it's a well-made show for what it is. I haven't watched any of it really myself. I'm not going to judge people who do watch it. It's all fine. So long as, like, there aren't any real animals being endangered because of weird fetishes, it's all fine. What's a country in Africa? Like, I'm pretty sure that's where My Little Pony's set, right? In Africa. Just yeah, classic My Little Pony setting. Oh no, we don't go on about the jars. We don't do that. Most of the bronies are harmless, just to mention 4chan or cakes or anything food related. I mean, I've heard there are a few things I should not, like, mention to, like, furries and, like, people into My Little Pony. Because I had a furry person come along a while ago. They were perfectly kind, like, I've got nothing against furries. But they mentioned I should not ever look up or ask about the greater incident, and I'm not entirely sure what it would involve, and I'm really concerned what it does involve. I don't want to know. Yeah, I've heard there is some interesting stuff that goes on. NLP's not set in Africa. I mean, it could be. Who knows? And yeah, I'm assuming from the uh-oh, you know what they were on about when they mentioned it. And it's not a... Oh, okay, I'm not entirely sure how much I want to know, if any. But, yeah. The Greater, that apparently was bad enough, it kinda got deleted. It's just kinda like an urban myth now. I don't know. I don't want to know. I'm happy being, like, in blissful ignorance, as we put it, you know? Yeah, My Little Pony, I don't entirely understand how much people care about this. From what I understand, there aren't, like, the, like, canonical anthropomorphized versions, right? Like, I swear I remember there being, like, My Little Pony, but for just, like, people in high school or something. Is that actually a thing, or am I going insane? Because I'm assuming that's not a thing people generally care about in the My Little Pony fandom. I don't know. I'm always curious to ask. Because I won't look into these things of my own accord. I won't. It's not something I'll ever do. I don't think. But I'm always up for learning about what people care about. It's not a myth, I can find it. I mean, I won't find it, but I'll keep it in mind that it's a thing that does exist and can still be found. Because I was under the impression it disappeared off the internet after people got it deleted, but that's not the case. I'm possibly more concerned now. I'm not gonna question it, it's fine. I don't need to question anything. I value my sanity. It's all good. And the only thing you know about ponies, they made a character that's supposed to be the fans. Oh yeah, that one! And like the creators specifically asked that people don't make like erotic content of it. So like some kid with cancer's Make-A-Wish or something like that. And of course, the internet being the internet, that only made it worse, and that's kind of a horrific thing to have happened. That's one thing I will stand against the, like, MLP fandom for, because that is not something people should be doing. Like, I can understand, like, yeah, as a joke, like, talking about doing it, but actually doing it is a very different thing. I don't think that is something I could stand by. Most people who do that stuff left in 2018 because the show ended. I mean, fair enough. Like, I don't know a lot about any of it, so I'm not going to like dig into anything. And oh, apparently done. Guess we're leaving that entire row of grass just there, just to annoy Sekur. Ah, poor Sekur. My contract says it's complete. I don't have any obligation to stay anymore. So that's it, specifically pointed out for you. Yeah, look at that garden. That was worth going into debt for, right? It wasn't. It wasn't worth going into debt. Essentially, G4's what caused all the chaos. I'm not going to claim to entirely know G4, but sure. They'll make you redeem another extra stream. What, to go back and cut that grass? I can't even do that if you redeem an extra stream. G5 is the one that now has come back to homebreed. Okay, I've got no idea entirely what you're talking about, but you have my sympathies. I'm assuming, like, there's various generations. I thought there was just the one generation, and it just kept on going, but it does kind of make sense that there'd be multiple, not quite seasons, but of a similar nature. look, we got money. We got penalties for colliding with their walls. But that's it. Advertising campaign is complete. Look at me go. Look at me go. 6 generations. How can you have 0.5 generation? I would have assumed up to G6, but no, apparently there's 0.5? Why would there be a 0.5 generation? Okay, insufficient funds, so I can't just pay that. And paying back early doesn't actually make it any cheaper interest-wise, right? I don't know. Alright, I won't question it. It's fine. That's fine, I don't need to. We got multiple gardens. This one pays really well. Like, 1.5 grand? Like, 1.5 grand's good. Ever question pony lore? Fair enough, I won't. I'm happy enough not questioning it. That is fine by me. There's likely a lot of it in there, I would imagine. Yeah, we need to cut between 13 and 17 is quite high. I don't know what my deck size is. 106 I think is what it would be. It's about the right width. About the right width. That should be fine. How is there so much lore though? That doesn't seem like something you'd need for a show like that. Like it's... I guess having all that lore is what would get people interested in it. And how it's kind of lasted so long. Because it's a show made to appeal to children, but I guess with the audience it has, it's also been made to be interesting enough to, like, adults and older audiences. So I mean, I can definitely see there being lore. I don't know entirely what kind of lore, but I could see there being lore. Yeah, there's one last object somewhere. Where is it? Somewhere here. Object. Where are you, object? It's not there. That's flowers popping into existence. Where could it be? I mean, I'm running around fairly methodically. And yeah, there it is. Running around in, like, actual, sensible ways. It helps. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? Yes. We should be fine with cutting blades as they are. They get repaired. Start the engine. What height do we want? 13 to 17. I can't cut it to that range. Well, no, that's current. Not what it wants to cut to. Okay, I got confused for a second. Ignore me. We want down to this level. This is very long grass. So I'm a little concerned this is going to overstrain my engine as I go through. Yeah, I'm going to have to go in bursts again, aren't I? This is fine. I can do this. No managing. So if I do this one patch, I've not done a lot yet, but we're already up to almost 2%. So there's not actually too much to do here. As long as I'm being sensible in the way I do it, we can definitely get this done nice and quick. Like, I want to try and speedrun it, Maybe not. I can try. Let's see just how quick I can go. So I don't need to be particularly aware of the angles I'm going at. Since this pivot's on its own, I don't need to particularly like go at weird angles so I can rotate back out and stuff like that. Don't need to worry about these little bits here by the buildings. I think that's about as close as I can reasonably go without gliding. I'll need to come back to that. Next, try and get around the edge of here. Getting close, but there we go. Go out to about that distance. Make my way over to this wall. So carefully get these edge bits. We're managing. Got the grass emote, which I'm proud of. I did a good job with that emote. I'm happy with it. It's literally been made just for this stream. I don't know why I decided to make the emote for this one stream. I did a good job, I think. I did a much better job than I think you expected, Seppi. I bet you expected me to just make a fairly half-assed emote, which just looks terrible. But that's at least a bit more than half-assed emote. Like there's a decent amount of ass on here that is being put in, you know? Never had any expectations. Not even low ones. You just wanted an emote. Fair enough. Fair enough. I still think I did a good job. That's what matters. Be careful of these flowers. Also is an important factor. You can go by them with a strimmer later. So we need to be too careful this way. That looks to be about as good as I can reasonably get. Just wanted to get a little bit distance out before I go back to doing lines in the grass. This is perfectly good. I do like how when I'm going downhill, I just go so fast. That's definitely fun. If I wasn't a professional lawnmower, I would like to raise my arms up and just go wee as I go down. But yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I've also noticed there is motion blur. I'm going to turn that off because that looks terrible. How do I turn off motion blur? There we go. Because yeah, that was just lines as things move. That still has motion blur. Can you see that as I'm moving? Like the handle has motion blur of just an after image. It's not actually blurred, it's just an after image. Okay. If that doesn't work, I guess put to high. So it looks good. Sure. I thought turning motion blur off would disable the after image, but it disables the blurring of the after image. I understand why motion blur is a thing. However, it should only be a thing in games which have a lot of movement. Because in games like that, you can add a bit of motion blur. It's not going to make people feel particularly confused at it because, yeah, things are going fast. This is a game about lawn mowing. Why does it have motion blur? And that doesn't feel like a sensible design choice. Okay, how do we do here? Mostly well. Mostly well. A few bits around the edge, we can come back to that later. This is a bit long. It's okay to post a summary. Yeah, go ahead. Like, post a summary if you like, and I will give it a read. I'm assuming that is going to be a summary of the generations. Sekir says no, which is even more reason to do it, in my opinion. Let's just try and get this little bit here by the bench. Okay, what did I ask you for? What have I done now, Secure? Are you gonna redeem another extra stream of Lawnmower Sim? Because the game's more fun than I remember. I'm fine with it. It's not a threat. I'm just contributing towards the shark outfit. That's fine. That's fine. It's all good. Yeah, I don't think you quite sent the whole thing. Push some like long messages. Just break it up into smaller ones. Like just paste it into a text document and just copy it paragraph at a time or something. I think that would likely work. Otherwise, you can always just go in the Discord and just like send me an actual message. I could read it out of there. Up to you. It depends what you prefer. So I'm not gonna force you to go in Discord if you don't want to. If you'd rather not, like, try and break it up to send, that's also fine. I don't entirely know what kind of medium you're watching on. So I imagine some are definitely harder to do than others. I read messages in Discord. I'm not watching a video because I'm always worried with videos that it's going to be something that gets copyright struck. Like, I'll watch it after the stream, but I'm not going to watch it on stream. I always get worried about videos. Just because it's not going to take a lot for my child can just get deleted out of Magic. Because I don't really have a lot of leeway in being able to convince Twitch, I don't think. They won't particularly care to defend my case or whatever. I'm happy reading messages, I'm happy looking at pictures though. I'm assuming from the video you sent, it's the one of the guy with the lawnmower, and it's just spitting out its fumes from all the petrol and whatnot that's burning. Like, to an extent, it's probably the manliest of all the lawnmowers, you know? If you do send thing on Discord though, like Equestria or Ruler, I don't know what to call you. I'll call you one of the two, probably. If you do send on Discord though, do just let me know because I don't get notifications while streaming. So I'm not going to be aware of it unless you tell me. Especially if you want me to like have a read over and stuff. Call you Twilight. Sure, I'll call you Twilight. I will do my best to remember. I might not necessarily remember all the time, but I'll do my best. We're doing fine. I'm getting through. I'm just cutting things down, and it's all working out. I do like Fosecker how you're for some reason against people who like My Little Pony, yet you want me to dress up like in a Maid outfit, or like the Lord Buret outfit. Like I don't understand entirely where you draw your lines. I'm not really going to question it. It's not something I feel I need to question. I'll do it in DMs. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Send it to me in DMs. I think you should be able to send DMs without being in my friends. I don't know if Discord's changed the default. They might have. But yeah, if they have changed the default, then just send a friend request. I'll accept. That's fine. Let's go after that with the strimmer, but I think mostly this bit's done. Well, this is a lot of grass we need to cut, isn't it? Who would have guessed we'd be cutting all this grass in, like, a lawn mowing game? Well, who could have foreseen this? And we've sent it. Alright, I will tab out and have a look in a moment. Just want to quickly section off another bit of grass. Okay, let me have a look. First episode, Twilight Sparkle, main character comes across a book. Okay, it's on the 1000th year. Longest stay, Nightmare Moon. Embodiment of Princess Luna, ruler of... Okay. Escape from her prior banishment from the world to the moon using the elements of harmony. I don't understand a lot of these words, I'll be honest. Nightmare Moons, that being, like, the antagonist. Came about as Luna felt resentful of her sister. She was not appreciated. After Twilight Sparkle sent a letter to Celestia to inform her, sent off to Ponyville to make friends, as she had none. But that's quite a burn, isn't it? It's like, world's in danger, but go make friends. You pathetic loser, you have none. Like, fair enough. Fair enough. Ever she'd made a few friends. Applejack, Pink Pie, Rarity, Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy. I recognise those ones. After this, does more research. Finds there needs to be 6 elements of harmony to banish the Nightmare Moon. Only 5 known to exist. 6th is the one that ignites the other 5. As a result, they head to the Everfree Forest to get those elements of harmony. Nightmare Moon follows them, and then when they get there, they have a fight using elements of harmony. And okay, I'm assuming then that there's a lot more to it than I thought. God, yeah, that sounds like a lot. Nightmare Moon isn't a true antagonist. It's just a version of Princess Luna who's friendly, which can come about through certain specific circumstances. So she's just being banished because people don't like her? That just seems mean. I mean, sure, but that's a bit of an odd one. I'm not going to claim entirely to understand. And judge you now. I mean, I'm always judging you, Seeker. Don't worry. I'm always happy to judge people. I'll never share the judgments, but you are all being judged. Don't you worry. No, she's been banished for... Okay. I'm waiting for you to get out that list, and it's just all going to say arson. Like, she burnt down various buildings. Or it'll be just something completely out of left field I would not expect. Could you imagine? It's just... What has she been banished for? Well, she shot 5 people dead. Or, sorry, 5 ponies dead. Or, like, she was actually smuggling drugs into the... to the, like, Ponyville, or... I think it was Ponyville, wasn't it? Like, I'm just expecting something completely out of left field, and I'm going to be sad, because that's not going to be the case. She was banished due to the jar incident, which no pony will talk about, of course. I'd imagine, like, there's got to be various things people just try to add to that list over the years, right? Ah, hey Raynor. Why the maid dress? Because why not? You can't claim you don't like it. Like, can't claim it's not something you want, you know? Trying to overthrow the government, bringing the misery to Equestria, screaming at children. shooting ponies with magical laser beams, generally using magic to terrorize the nation. What on earth? Like governmental corruption? This is madness. I did not expect there to actually be stuff like that. Fair enough. Yeah, you're right, Drainer. This isn't Filmation. I'm sorry to say, but we're mowing lawns in a maid dress. It's exactly what Sekiro has always dreamed of, you know? Filmation with Minecraft OST. It does sound like when we played it the other day that it had definite notes of Minecraft music just mixed in there. Celestia decided to put an entire nation at risk because she thought it'd be funny and let her escape to the moon. Honestly, I think that one thing they should get inside My Little Pony, from what I'm understanding, is democracy. It sounds like it's well overdue at this point. Like, this sounds like an almost tyrannical dictatorship who definitely favours certain people over others, which, yeah, this is one weird kind of monarchy. Because from what I understand, it is a monarchy. Sorry. I feel there's definitely a lot going on. We have a democracy, we do have a mayor. But is that an appointed mayor? Or is that a mayor who gets, like, voted in? It's not a monarchy. I mean, I guess it'd be a matriarchy, wouldn't it? Because I believe the leaders are female, right? So it wouldn't be a monarchy. It would be a matriarchy. But select mayor. This is all bizarre. I like the idea of there being multiple crimes that this one person is canonically responsible for, though. So it's all good. Install Linux again since Windows is giving you issues. Ooh, imagine using Linux. God. Yeah, MLK is a weird governmental system. Yeah, it sounds quite corrupt as a system. So I'm not going to entirely question it. But yeah, just imagine a monarchy, meritocracy, dictatorship means basically communist town. I can see why people like it then, because there is just a bit of everything for everyone. I am so confused. I've never been aware of any of this stuff being in My Little Pony. They're giving a lot of this stuff just to children to watch. Like, are they supposed to just come to a decision as a child on which system of government is the correct one? Is that what the point of the show is? I wouldn't be surprised at this point. I wouldn't be surprised. Just know in the end, democracy is just a facade to appease the masses, while actual power remains in the hands of nobility. I mean, I wouldn't say nobility, it's more so a ruling elite class. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be nobility. Nobility, that shows there being titles. However, there wouldn't be nobility without titles, I don't think. I think is how that works. So it is an elite ruling class, just not nobility. Funniest thing called Our Town. I am amazed by all of this. You just have communism and My Little Pony apparently. And I've somehow never been aware of this. I don't know why I would have been, but that's a very interesting thing to know. I mean, does communism work for Beartown? Or is that like a thing that just doesn't? So I'm curious how they display it, because on a small scale, for a single town, I would imagine it does work, right? Like, I wouldn't really see it not working. A little bit more grass to cut just on my waist. Yeah, we need to empty this thing. Exactly like Marx wanted. Yeah, like, who would have thought people who realised Marx's dream of communist children's shows would be My Little Pony? Just empty that. There we go. Are we looking down here? We're mostly fine. So activate my blades. And I'll cut all of this on our way up. Let's get into here. This is going to take us until the end of the stream to finish this, by the way. This is long. This is a big map. I understand why we pay £1.5 grand. But with this, that is 2 weeks worth of debt gone. Pretty much. I don't need to worry about the repayment for that. I'll be lovely. Okay, hey, look, this LP, what does he expect? Actually, well, doesn't work. Muffins were so bad, I think he said were offensive to culinary arts. Okay, I mean, fair enough. There's more, there's also time travel? What the hell have they put into My Little Pony? I have no idea just why all of this stuff would exist. They've just added so much stuff to it. It feels like at this point it's probably covered about everything you can logically put into a children's show, right? It's now My Little Pony's Rick and Morty for furries. I mean, I can definitely see like where you'd be coming from with that, yeah. Let's trim this bit next. This bit looks fine. Let's go over here. And to watch your flowers, I'll need to come in with the strimmer to get a lot of this. Okay, let's get all the edges. Well, edging is what people are here for, you know? Get as close to buildings as I reasonably can. Try not to scrape off of it, I think that's as good as I can do. Yeah, we can just keep on going. Lovely. There's multiple time travel instance. There's also free-heading roads. Looking like a Cerberus kind of thing. Furries are not gross. Yeah, I do think there is a difference. However, like, there's, I think, definite crossover between them. I don't know too much. Also some unfortunate names of NLP characters. I mean, I'm sure they gave it a lot of thought when making the show, right? They didn't put anything too bad. I'm worried what unfortunate names you're on about. Because I don't actually know many of the names, but aren't they like names just fun things? Which are somewhat related to like their traits, I would imagine. Right, the definition of the word furry. Furries are anthropomorphized animals, usually walking 2 legs, ponies being legs. I mean, there is definite crossover still, but I do see what you're on about. I do see what you're on about. It's like how you wouldn't call someone who's into bestiality a furry. You just call them a creep, you know? Like, that's not necessarily a crossover which really happens much, but I'd imagine there is some. Drainer is resident furry specialist. I mean, Drainer, what's your opinion? We're needing an expert here, apparently. We could ask, like, the furry we've got in the server group. I'm not going to out them, but I don't imagine you're able to find them. I don't think they're in the stream, but we can ask them in Discord at some point. Look, I'm fine with what people want to do, so long as you're not endangering others, with others also including animals. But that's fine, you can do what you want. Like, what I really don't understand is people who think they have the right to dictate what other people do. Such as, like, all this kind of transphobic stuff that's been going on an awful lot lately. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, who cares what someone else does with their own body? It's not going to affect you, is it? Like, I understand that we should care because they're not being given the right to do certain things that they're wanting to do, which kind of differs from place to place. That's why we care, but it's because people care that the issues arise in the first place. Like, I don't see why there's people who are against it. It's bizarre. It is bizarre to me. And I'm very much, like, trans rights. Not going to claim to necessarily understand it all, but I'm very much trans rights. I believe people should be able to do what they want with themselves. And that definitely extends into all sorts of fields. Like, if someone's a furry, fair enough. They do what they like. If someone's into My Little Pony, that's all good. So long as you're not using that to do anything, like, morally wrong, in my opinion, then I don't see why I should have any problems. There's one called Derpy Hooves, Doctor Who's Who. Okay, so I'm assuming Doctor Who's, they're going to be a reference to Doctor Who, right? They'd be the time travel one. So you mentioned time travel. I'd imagine there's not different dimensions or anything. So I'm assuming time travel. All I know is you wouldn't trust a furry near your cats. I mean, fair enough, Sector. Fair enough. Oh, there is oh, God almighty, we're adding different dimensions in as well. When does My Little Pony stop? It's just more and more stuff. Like, I'm not getting on at you for sharing it. I'm just amazed there's still stuff to talk about. Like, I just assumed My Little Pony was a kids show that was well written. That's what I assume. Like, it's not my kind of thing. That's perfectly fine. I just assumed it was a well written kids show that people liked. So it was just a Rick and Morty. I mean, it's starting to sound more and more like it. It is. Dream world, real world, alternate timelines, and much more. I don't even know what's going on with it anymore. I'm just confused. I'm amazed there's a fandom able to keep up with all of it. Because it's essentially, like, made to be a kid's show, right? Like, it's made to be watchable by kids. Yet they've included all of this stuff. Like, that amazes me. That really does. I'm waiting for the rundown. I'm gonna get more confused by the end of it, I bet. I bet you I will. Yes, the grass cutting is going well. Be careful going around this. It's going well. I accidentally destroyed a flower. Don't ever acknowledge that. If I don't acknowledge it, Secker can't shout at. That's how it works. It's perfectly good. No flowers were harmed in the making of this stream. Season 2, there's an episode where timeline gets stuck in a loop. We called timeline A. Okay. Then can be included to be timeline B as timeline A must end as there's nothing at the end of timeline A. Later in the show, then it begins to interrupt multiple streams, meaning the dream dimension can exist, and later it gets more complex. Oh no, you're gonna go into more complexity. I'm gonna get completely lost quite early on from what I'm understanding. Like, do you think this is stuff, when they're writing the show, they thought, oh yeah, we're gonna include all of this stuff? Or is this stuff that they added in, and people have worked in to work with what has already been established? Because I know people do enjoy overly theorising about certain things. But surely they don't have like a proper continuity or continuity team like working on the show's story, right? But we're not going to have something to make sure it all kind of lines up and that everything all fits in nice and snug. That's not going to be a thing, surely. Because I refuse to believe there'd be jobs for people who simply look at like the timeline in such a My Little Pony and make sure what they're currently doing fits in with everything else. That can't be a thing people do as a job, right? Like, how would you even find that as a job? Because that would be somewhat separate to just being a writer. I'm so lost. I just wanted to cut grass and be in a Maid outfit. I'm just now getting confused over the continuity stuff in My Little Pony. But I could have been told there was a communist town in My Little Pony, and that would have been enough to kind of make me confused. But there's been so much more than just that. Same time though, like, I am just cutting grass, and there's not really anything else to talk about, so that's fine. I know your stuff's not as in-depth as it could be. I don't know if I want the in-depth. Like, that'd be too much information, I think, for any reasonable person to handle. That looks to be about this area. Got a lot further on to do. But for now, I think that's this middle section pretty much complete, right? And we've got that little bit of grass there. Just in this little bit between the benches. You can easily get this. Nothing bad there. Syncing Discord due to that. Okay, I'll have a look at that in a second then. About to go empty this, like, grass bag. I don't want my grass vision isn't working. You need to stay still. I think you do need to stay still to use grass vision. Fair enough. Okay, back up. Hold F. Okay, let's look at Discord. Season 5 and Timeline B, as it continues until then, Twilight sees Starlight, who tries to go back to Timeline A and change it to cause a timeline to divert to Timeline C. It's already 3 timelines. After that, Starlight goes back to Divergence to Timeline C, so it's now an anchor, then causes it to go to version of Timeline D, so we've got 4 of them, which then is in a separate location and could be an alternate diversion of Timeline B, and then that leads to Sakura? Don't recognise the name. An alternate dimension where Chrysalis has dominated the world in Season 2. What on earth are half of these words? I don't know what I'm reading. To be honest, I can't even comprehend the timeline for this. You spent several hundred hours. I'm not going to spend several hundred hours. I apologise. Also, why is it that resolution? That's not the resolution I'm on my monitor. That should hopefully be better. I'm just confused. Like, I can understand, Seeker, you don't particularly care for this. I just have no idea what's going on with it anymore. Like, I think I know enough to be able to adequately say I don't know what's going on. And I think that's as much as I need to know. So I'm happy enough saying, oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes on it, and I don't even know half of it. That's fine by me. That's fine by me. I don't need to know half of it. I'm content just knowing what I've been told to do. I do appreciate you sharing it, though. I do. It's always interesting to learn this stuff that I otherwise never learn about. But not due to necessarily lack of interest, just due to it not really overlapping with my hobbies and passions. There's just so much stuff which you just wouldn't learn normally. But I don't even know where I would have started to learn this if I didn't learn it through you. Because there is no real overlap with what I normally do with, like, My Little Pony lore. I'm still amazed there's so much to it. And, I mean, second, I did ask, like, if they'd want to share any. Because it's always good to hear about what people are passionate about. Because you'll always learn, I feel, more about it through that than through just, like, reading it somewhere or learning it from just any website. I appreciate you do, like, enjoy sharing this stuff. I don't know if I can handle it anymore. I don't. Like, my brain only has so much capacity, and currently half of that's taken up by mowing grass in this game. And I mean, I don't have a lot of capacity in the first place. Yeah, I never thought there'd be so much stuff about it. Like, I know I keep saying that, but multiple timelines, communism, like one of them who's not quite an antagonist but has got and like done corruption in the government and like they've just been banished to the moon. Like, I did not expect half of that to be a thing that exists. But scratch, I didn't expect most of that. Like, I expected maybe like 2% of that to be the show. Like, I'm quite frankly amazed at just how much stuff they put in. Whether all of that was like entirely intentional from the beginning when they started out, I would imagine that wouldn't be, because you're going to plan out stuff like that, surely. That's not something you like pitch a show saying, oh yeah, we're just going to make a nice kids show with communism, like a mild bit of government corruption, like timelines, time travel. Like, that's not something I think you'd ever be able to pitch as an idea for a show and have someone think you're sane at the end of that pitch. Yet somehow this has become a thing that exists and a lot of people enjoy. Like, it's madness. It's madness. Well, not a bad kind of madness necessarily, just madness. Yeah, more importantly though, we're almost done cutting all this grass. Like, we're getting there. And we've only destroyed one flower so far. We can do more. You have had collisions as well, so there's more so penalties there than I think there would be for any flowers. Not that there have been like big collisions, but there have been collisions. And yes, Secular Grass. The one true emote for this stream. The only emote I've actually made myself, and I would be definitely willing to make more kind of 16-bit emotes, because I can do half decent pixel art. Like, I'm not great at it, I'm not terrible, but I'm able to do it. But I think it'd be fun to just get a few just made specifically for certain streams. I reckon that could be a fun thing to do. I'm not getting through that little section there. I wanted to come back to the streamer. But look at 87%. We're about done. We've reached the 3-hour mark in the stream, so I am wanting to try and wrap things up. But we have to finish this job, because if I end now, I get paid nothing. And we've put way too much time into this. We have put way too much time so far. I would stop playing until I finish paying my loans. But then I'll never finish. What if I take out loans to pay off the loans I took already? Does that count? Am I allowed to do that? I'd imagine not. I feel that would count as cheating. I still don't understand why I'd want more than one kind of lawnmower. Like, surely once you get the Super Lawnmower 5000, you don't need any of the other ones. But I am busy unlocking more lawnmower bays, and I don't entirely know what I'd use that for now that I have an eco lawnmower, because I was just assuming keep my first one for sentimental reasons. But it's not something I can do, because I sold it to get this one, while I also took on debt. because the game stopped giving me ones I could do on a not eco-friendly lawnmower. Well, I do think I've been to most of the maps already. I don't think there's too much more to this game for me to experience. And hire people to work for me. Do they go around with AI? Is that what they do? Like how does it work? Because, I mean, I'm not going to hire people if they don't run around as AI. If I need to then, like, possess them or whatever in order to tell them what to do, and they just control like I do now, like that's not going to be worthwhile, I don't think. I mean, that's my assumption, so I wouldn't think this game has AI. They just bring me money. I do enjoy money. I could definitely see the point then, yeah. But what do you use that money for, other than to buy each and every one of the lawnmowers once you have enough, like, bays that's unlimited? Because I think the last upgrade does get you unlimited bays. I don't know how you get that much money without hiring multiple people then, yeah. Didn't realise they were quite expensive, some of the upgrades. Objective of the game is owning all lawnmowers in the UK. I just like having monopoly on it. I mean, fair enough, I guess. I would have assumed it would be like making a giant lawnmower to just mow the UK. Like, not just the grass, all the buildings too. All of it needs mowed down. Like some kind of mowing related villain. Like that's what I kind of assumed the game would be, because that'd be a lot more interesting than just buying a bunch of lawnmowers. But yeah, I can see like people enjoying doing it for the kind of completion's sake. I can't see to this damn tree. Let me just try and go around here without cutting down the plant. That's about as good as I can reasonably do. I'll come back with a strimmer in a minute. Although I don't actually know if I'll need a strimmer. Seeing how I'm like 98% coming up to 99, I don't actually need much strimming to be done at all, so I still have a small amount in this back corner there. It's a lot smaller an amount than I thought, so this might still need a strimmer to go around. Let's back up. This is fine. That. Pretty much as good as I can do with the lawnmower. But trying to get those little bits in here. So I'm able to do that without a string. It's that tiny little area there. We're not quite at the like 99%. No, I can get to 99% on my way back, right? Just need to like cut stray bits of grass as I go. This is fine. I can do it. I don't know if there is any stray bits of grass, but I can try. No, I don't think there are any. Alright. Let's back into here. Dump all the grass clippings. I guess just set it on the truck. Again, I just get off of the lawnmower. I don't have a way to do anything else. Fair enough. It's apparently not recovered. I need to Trying to get more so onto here, I guess. That still has a recover button. I guess it's recovered enough. Yeah, firstly, do the pieces I know need to be done. That being these little sections here. These bits behind the building, I can definitely get these with my strimmer. These are fine. Even with the strimmer, it's quite a tight fit. But that'll definitely get me a solid amount to start with. So we're just getting the edging around there. Yeah, so we're now at 99%. I want to get the big chunks done as soon as I can, so that we can worry about the rest later. That being said, I don't know how many big chunks there are. This one here, definitely we did not manage to get into with the lawnmower. So I can 100% do this with a strimmer. There we go. Got a good section here we can do. Be careful of the flowers. Yeah, there we go. This is working out quite well. Get bits by the wall, which I wouldn't have been able to get as well. Did I not get any of this stuff back here? I guess not. I definitely could have got some of this with the lawnmower, but oh well. Going at it with a strimmer is still fine. We need another 0.3%. We've got plenty around this little section of building. We didn't get this done amazingly well on the moor, so that's fine. We can get a good section done over here as well. I think if we get the grass just in here, that does count still, yeah? Trim all of this down. This will count. Hopefully. We're actually getting that? We're getting some of it, not all of it. It's all janky to actually use the strimmer at times, but alright. Need to try and get as much of this cut away as possible. Come on. We're managing. There we go. It's a good set done. Probably a lot of bits in by the bench we didn't manage. How are we supposed to get an extra 0.2%? Guess we just go around these houses. Do these the best we can. Remember we had a few spots with like plants we kind of avoided. So we've got a few bits we can potentially go to. Yeah, such as here. Going around this, making this nice and tidy. That definitely counts for something. Small little bit of edging here. Oh, it's still 99.3%. We're not dressing quickly anymore. Like, if it just wanted 99%, I would have been happy. But, yeah, no, it wants perfection, apparently. Come on. We're managing. my day now. We're at 99.4%. As soon as I'm allowed to leave, I'm leaving. Destroyed a flower, that wasn't worth going in for, apparently. Like, some of these, I doubt you can even properly cut without destroying a flower. If you did want 100%. I want to end the stream, honestly. I need to get my dinner at some point. Come on, we just need that last 0.1%. Come on, game. I know you want to give it to me. Got stuff around here. I'm not being particularly careful anymore. Like, no, I'm not paying off my in-game loans. Not today. Because it takes a week until we demand any repayment. And yeah, that's not happening. This game takes so long to cut one thing. Cutting complete, we're done. We are done. Bam. Look at that. Lovely cut grass. Mostly cut in a uniform set of patterns. I'm happy with that. I'm happy. How much do you think we get charged for collisions? Like, I think we got 3 flowers? But collisions is what it's going to cost. Yeah, we got 3 flowers. Collisions wasn't that bad. We only got 13... like, 14-ish pounds. That's fine. Ground check earned me money, which is nice. Also doing it quickly earned me back the money from destroying flowers and then a bit. There we go. HQ's been upgraded. We have a weekly report. Does that include paying off loans? Not yet. Yeah, we're now credible rank 3. Lovely. Unlocked another amateur challenge. More importantly though, we're just shy of paying off a loan. But yeah, I think we're doing pretty well. Current HQ value, quite high, so if I won't manage to sell my HQ, I can then buy a better HQ. Which, honestly, doesn't cost much extra. Like, I think I can get my way up to that. For now, though, that is all. I have enjoyed this more than I thought I would. I have. Like, it's not an amazing game. The fact I was kind of forced to get a loan just so that I could, like, play the game. That's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. Still though, like I enjoy it. We're doing well. And then we come back to this again. I mean, we can get a second lawnmower, hopefully. Then that means employees and eventually more capitalism. Yeah, that's all for now. I do hope you've all enjoyed. Like I say, I've enjoyed myself. And I'll see you around. Bye for now.